to the inaugural episode of Tales from the Strip. I am your host, Gio, and today I have the pleasure of introducing to you guys a very good friend of mine and our first guest of the show. Please welcome the lovely Slim Styles. Welcome to the show, Slim.
Thank you.
This has been a long time coming. We've been trying to do this for a while.
Yeah.
I'm happy that we finally got you here. So what is it exactly that you do, or what do you prefer the name of what you do? Do you dance? Do you strip? What do you like to?
I am a dancer. You know, we wear bikinis and heels. Like, it's a beach party over there, so it's not that serious.
Okay, so you consider yourself an entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
Very dope. Now, were you always a dancer, or was it kind of like a progression kind of thing?
Yeah, so I came into the whole game, the whole industry, doing shots. So it's very simple. You pay for a rack of shots, and you sell them. You know, different clubs is different prices, $3, $5 at a time. They tip you a little bit extra. Then you go around. You could also ask for like back massages, so then you do that for however much, and then yeah, it was quick. It was easy. So
after the shot girl, then it's bartending.
Then
right?
bartending. Then I started bartending. That's what I've always wanted to do. So I begged my managers, and they let me bartend. They trained me, let me bartend. I did that. And then a little turmoil, and I started dancing.
Now, is there really a big beef between bartenders and dancers? Is that like really a thing, or is that just a story?
That's more of a New York thing. That's not
Jersey, not so much.
Not really a Jersey thing. You know, there's always gonna be little beefs, but like it's like stupid little club things, like nothing big, like the way it is. But in New York, it's like, oh yeah, it's serious. Okay.
How is it over there?
Over there, it's like completely not even fair. It's like they might as well get on stage with us. I mean, and like, because it's like the dancers don't even dance. Like, all they're really doing is shaking whatever fat they got injected in their ass. So it's like, all right, so you can come up and do the same thing, Ma. What's the difference, you know? But yeah, over there it's crazy. I'm good over there.
Why do you think that the bartenders over there get the same amount of attention as the dancers, despite not showing as much or not doing the same thing?
I think it's more like how the club gets ran, because I have worked at clubs in New York that they're like, they'll tell you right off the rip, like, this is not such and such club or the other club, like, we are about our dancers, like, you know, everybody eats type of stuff, you know, and for the most part that's how it is. So I think it's really more about how they run the club, you know, how the promoters, are they promoting more of the bartenders, or promoting, how are you going to know what dancers are there if you're only promoting bartenders, you know?
So that happens. Sometimes the promoters promote the bartender more than the dancers.
I think so. I mean, yeah.
Interesting. Along with your dancing and bartending and your little outfits and all that stuff, I'm sure there's some negativity that comes with it. There's some negative stigmas. Mm-hmm. I'm sure your parents your family, for the most part, they can pass some judgment, your friends and so forth. Did you experience anything of that nature coming into the dancing? Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, just even working at a strip club, I wasn't even doing anything. Or a go-go bar, I wasn't even doing anything. Like, I wasn't even bartending. Like, I was fully dressed like the way I am right now, selling shots. You know what I mean? Like, shots is just a cute face and, you know, rack and a rack. So, like, but yeah, no. Yeah, you deal with that because it's like the stereotype of what it is and then what it actually is. Like, you ever seen that meme where it's like what my mom thinks, what my friends think, what I actually do, like, and what I think I do? So that's exactly how it is. Exactly how it is. That meme is so on point.
How was your first night dancing?
Dancing? My first night dancing?
How'd you feel about that internally? Were you nervous?
Yeah. I don't even remember. I kind of do, but, like, I just remember, like, the time, not specifically that day. But I remember, like, around the time, I was like, oh, this is easy. Like, this is easy, but also because, like, I love to dance, period. Like, outside of it. Like, I've always been, you know, a good dancer. So it's just, like, now doing it for other people to see. And what they like is that I look like I'm enjoying myself. So, like, that's 9 times out of 10 when I'm receiving the tips or whatever that I'm getting, you know, on top of being really pretty and whatnot.
Do you remember the first conversation that you had with your mom when you told her that you were about to dance?
I didn't tell her I was about to dance. I told her the situation that happened with the manager. And then I didn't start telling her until I started doing pole work. because then it was like, well, look what I could do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, almost like if I was back in gymnastics or something again. And, you know, I picked up pole work so easily because of gymnastics and cheering and already knowing how to dance. Like, so doing all of that and then combining it with the pole work and the floor work and all of that, like, it was just easy. I don't know, like, it just came really natural to me. So I just showed her, like, yeah, like, look at the pole work I could do. And she was just like, you know, she was just like, oh, that's cool, but, like, I just don't, you know, she didn't want to, like, she knows, but, like, she doesn't want to know. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So you're a little fortunate, more than most dancers,
Yes.
I would say, because you have a decent support system in that aspect. Would you say that most dancers have that same support system?
No, I know. I've heard of a lot of girls that, like, their parents don't talk to them or their parents don't know. They'll go to the car, like, after getting off stage to go and, like, FaceTime because they're working, like, wherever else. Or they'll put on a full out, like, a bartending outfit and take a picture, like, oh, look, babe, this is what I'm wearing tonight, and showing their, you know, boyfriends, husbands, whatever it is. So it's like, that's serious, and that really sucks, you know, because then it's like,
meanwhile, she's shaking ass like a champion.
Right, and at the end of the day, that's all she's doing. She's not sucking or fucking for money, you know what I mean? So it's like,
now, is it hard dating for you, working in your profession?
Yeah.
Do a lot of men have a hard time dealing with you because of that?
I was just talking to an old manager last night about this, and I was just telling him, because he's, you know, he's going through his situation with his girl, and I was going through something too. So I was just like, you know, sometimes it is really hard, and unless you both kind of work in the same industry, there's not going to be a really clear understanding. Like, it takes a special kind of guy to be able to deal with it. And it's like, you know, for example, like I was telling him, like, yo, I've had exes tell me, like, oh, you're giving these people too much of a girlfriend experience. And I'm like, yes, but I'm doing it via text message. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going out with these people. I'm not meeting up with them. If they are meeting up with me, it's at my job, where there's security, and I'm doing my job. Like, you know what I mean? There's, like, a regular person, like, would I understand that? It's so funny to say that, like, a regular person. But, like, you know, like, if you're not in the industry, you're just not going to get it. And it's hard. It is hard. Because it's hard to separate the two, because it is real life. And, like, what if you do see them in real life when you're with your real family? Or, like, that has happened. Like, I go and I buy my son I think it was a Christmas or birthday gift. Dude, I'm at freaking Toys R Us. And the dude's looking at me like, are you slim? And I'm just like, and I look like shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't look like the way I'm all dolled up right now. Like, I look like, you know, just regular mom to my kids. So my son's like, do you know him? And I'm just like, no, it's a fan. Like, don't even worry about it.
What's the most common insecurity that you come across in dealing with men that can't deal with you? What's the most common scenario?
Well, with me, my mouth, but I mean with my job, it would be the fact that I'm not looking for anyone to take care of me, personally. You know what I mean? Like, if you can, cool. But I'm not really looking for that. And it's like, if they can, then normally it's like, oh, I can, so you don't need to do this. And it's like, homeboy, you see that rock? I bought that rock, right? So until you replace this rock, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and you're going to do, and you can do for me if you want, you know what I mean? And if you can't, then it's like, cool, that's not what I'm here for. You know what I mean? Obviously, if I'm taking an interest in you, it's not because of your money, because you ain't got no motherfucking money, so you know what I'm saying? I'm still in the same, taking care of myself.
Have you ever dated a customer or someone you met at the club?
Yeah, you know, there's a statistic that's like whatever percentage of people do meet who they're supposed to be with or who they marry in their job, and it's like, well,
this is true.
Right? That statistic is very true. So it's like, well, what am I supposed to do if I have a revolving door of men just coming? Like, but at the same time, you can't date all of them, because then you kill the fantasy, which that's mainly what it's supposed to be, you know. And then it's like, so then now when y'all done, because it didn't work out for whatever XYZ reason, he's coming back. That's awkward, number one. And then number two, he's on to the next. You know what I mean? Like, what are the odds are you guys going to end up on good terms to the point where he still wants to be giving you money? You know what I mean? Absolutely. So it's like, you're going to kill that. And that sometimes sucks and is hard. Because sometimes you do meet that person where it's like, damn, like, maybe this would work out. And it's just like, nah, like, I don't even want to, you know what I mean? Like, you give me way too good of money for me to sit there and try to fuck with that sometimes. Like, that's happened.
So it's a common scenario to feel like is it a common scenario for you to be at work dancing and you spot somebody like, damn, he looks fucking good, I would talk to him, but you can't because you're at work?
Well, not that you can. You can. But
it's
like, should I? You know what I mean? Should I?
It's like a constant internal battle, right?
It is. It really is. Especially for, like, yeah, I'm not one to date customers typically, so it's like, it really is hard.
So you're typically not one to date customers, but you have.
I have.
What makes you, or what is the it factor that makes you jump over that line?
Oh, I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't know.
That's dependent on the individual person?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just depends.
Would you say every dancer has that?
No. No. As soon as you're like, do this for that much. Oh, how much? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, cool. We're good. Yeah. Let's go. So, I mean, man, it's their job.
So you would say that most dancers have like a...
I didn't say most. I didn't say most.
A lot?
I'm just saying some. I mean, there's probably, I don't know. I don't want to speak for the ones. I'm only speaking for myself. But, I mean, it happens. That's what it is.
How would one know if a stripper likes them?
I don't know, because let me tell you, if anybody... They could sit there and say that this job is easy, and it's not easy, because you have to sit there and manipulate and spit good game and make them feel like they're not being used. You know what I mean? So it's like
being used like a motherfucker.
Right, and sometimes, most of the time they are being used like motherfuckers. So it's like, you gotta make them feel like you're their friend, like you actually give a fuck, like stupid shit. And it's like, that's like, you see how it's hard? Like, how do you do that and then live your own life? Or like separate
and
that.
not feel like a piece of shit when you're not
right.
Work.
Exactly.
But I'm sure there's a lot that have no issue whatsoever running the game and not feeling like a piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, hey, somebody just got daddy issues, right? That's why most of us do it. I'm sure people assume that.
It's a safe assumption that if there were no daddy issues, there would be a supreme shortage of dancers, bartenders, and sex workers.
No, because
in the world.
Things need to get paid.
Shout out to daddy issues.
Sure.
Now, you have kids, yes?
Yeah.
Do they know you dance?
They know that I work at a bar.
Mm-hmm. So they don't know that you dance.
They don't know that I dance. Like, they don't know what a stripper or, like, dancing is. You know what I mean? Like, they're still really young. When it gets to that, I will explain, because I am very blunt with my kids. But, yeah, no, they don't know. I have a pole in my house.
Let's throw a little scenario for you. Let's say your son ends up getting into a fight because one of the kids shows him your Instagram and they tell him, your mom's a stripper. Mm-hmm. How would you approach that conversation with your son when he gets home from school that day?
Well, I'd hope that when that time comes, I wouldn't still be dancing. But I mean, if I am, or even if I'm not, then I'm sorry, were you hungry? Did you ever need for anything? Did you get everything that you wanted? Oh, okay. You've had your own room? Someone came to my house the other day, he's like, why does your son have a bunk bed? Because he's fucking spoiled. I don't know. I don't have a response for that. Like, I don't know. He's fucking spoiled. Because if he wants to sleep on the top, he can sleep on the top. And if he wants to sleep on the bottom, he can sleep on the bottom. Why? I don't know. The same reason why my 8-year-old has a full-size bed. Like, I didn't have that until I moved out.
She's 8 with a full-size bed?
Exactly. Like, why? Just because. Like, I don't know. So it's like, did you ever need anything? No. When you wanted something, did you get it? Yes. Okay, then. So then, that's why mommy was a fucking dancer. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm joking about it, obviously, now. But, I mean, as far as when the time comes, it's something that had to be done at the time. And it's either you can understand that or you cannot understand that.
How would you feel if your daughter wanted to dance?
I wouldn't want it, obviously not. I feel like every really good drug dealer, for example, or anybody that's just in any kind of a career and is really good at it, their kids do not follow in their footsteps. They do better, if you've ever noticed that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like if you just set, you do the dirty work so that your kids don't have to when they get older. So that is my goal. is for me to let me do what I have to do so that when you get older, you don't have to do what I had to do. You know what I mean? You're not going to be in the same situations that I was in because I wasn't, not necessarily not guided, because I mean, I'm very stubborn and I do what I want anyway. But I mean, you know what I mean? Like I let me do what I got to do so that you guys don't have to do that. And you guys can live better and do better. And yeah, so I don't know. That's my explanation for that. If that makes any kind of sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
What's the most money that you ever made in a night as a dancer or a bartender, whatever?
Like 3,000.
In a night?
A little over 3,000. Yeah.
That's fucking good.
That's great. It was a great New Year's.
What was your greatest week?
Oh, my greatest week? Oh my goodness. Maybe like 5, 6.
That's a great week.
That's a really good week. That's like every day I was on it kind of week. Like when I'm on it, I'm on it. Like Sunday I gave myself a number and I just went exceedingly over that number and I was like, fuck yeah.
What made you get them?
I had kids really young and thank goodness they didn't mess up any other part. You know, I don't have no stretch marks. I don't have anything like that on my stomach. You know, the tiger stripes I have is like regular getting thick type of shit. But no, the only thing that messed up were my boobs. They made them very sad. And now they're very happy. $9,000 later. Yeah.
$9K for some titties?
$9,000 for some titties.
Damn.
Yeah.
But was there anything cheaper? Like we're gonna go in a different direction really quick. Cause now I'm curious. So like when you try to get your titties done, right? Do you walk into the place and they have like a little menu like McDonald's, like the number 1, the 2, and the 3, and you pick the number 3?
No, it's more like bags, and they give you a bra.
Mm-hmm.
And then you fill the bra with like whatever bag you want, and then it gives you an idea of how
the city would look like.
It would look. Mm-hmm. Some doctor's office have like a 3D thing, and they'll show you on the computer. Like a little
3D body kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And they'll show you like how they're gonna go about it, what they gotta do. So.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Now, also while you're on the job, right? In regards to body work, do girls talk about that stuff with each other? Like, oh girl, your titties are fucking terrible. You should get them done.
I mean, not like that, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, ay Dios mío. Like the other day, someone asked me, she's something stupid. She was like, how does my hair look? So right before I go to answer, she's like, oh, never mind, I don't care. And I'm like, okay, well, that's what it looks like. And she's like, what? And I'm just like, you asked me how your hair look. It looks like you don't give a fuck, and that's what you just said. You don't give a fuck, so you're good, girl. I'm like, you just got your body done. Your ass is fat. Just go upstairs. You'll be alright. Bitch got so mad. Like, why? Because she's been denying the whole time that she got her body done. It's just like, her body looks amazing. It looks great. Like, not for nothing. You can't knock the bitch. It looks really good.
So they get mad.
Yeah, what are you getting mad for?
Commenting on the fact that they got their body done.
Can you believe that?
When it's obviously done.
Right. And it's so funny because, like, at my job, it's like, I swear, everybody does this on purpose. They know that I'm the one you go to get the real. So I'm going to tell you, you know what I mean? Like, the first thing that pops in my head, because 9 times out of 10, I'm fucking zooted while I'm in there. So, you know, you smoke, you're just like, you just blurt out whatever. So I just blurt out the shit that comes to my head. And everybody's telling me how when she came back, you know, everybody was like, oh, did she get body? She kept denying it. So then, you know, then I'm there doing my makeup, like, oh, hola, doing my makeup. And I see through the mirror, like, this crazy fat ass. I'm just like, damn, yo, who's that? So then I look and I'm like, damn, so-and-so, like, you, girl, that fucking doctor did good for you, da-da-da. Everybody in the room gets quiet. Now they're like, wait, is she gonna admit it? Like, now it's Slim saying it. So she's like, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. And I'm just like, what are you denying it for? I'm like, girl, if I had any fat anywhere, okay, I would have done it too. Like, that shit looks amazing. What are you sitting there denying that shit for? We all make thousands of dollars a week, you know, a day or whatever it is. So it's like, yeah, bitch, I spent so-and-so, and that's how I would have been, you know? You over here sitting there denying. Why are you being so whack for? That's so corny. Like, we know. Exactly. Like, this is not a workout. Like, sorry to tell you. That doesn't make your ass fat. So, yeah, we talk about it all the time. Yo, we do talk about it all the time. We talk about the boobs, and like me, they know that like, you know, I'm really into hair and the medical field. I don't know why. I just really love surgeries. I watch them all the time. I know multiple doctors in Colombia and DR, even in Turkey and other countries like that. Like, I love to watch that stuff. So like, they'll ask me like, well, how come you did your thing like this? And or should I do it like that? Or what do I have to do? Should I be getting more massages? And I'll be like, yeah, you need more massages. Look at that, shit's lumpy. Go get that fucking shit fixed.
Now, outside of this whole dancing thing, I'm sure, like you said earlier, you're not trying to do this forever. What's the plan, if you have one, or what is something that you're aspiring to do to eventually get out of this?
My plan is to monopolize on the city that I'm living in, so that I don't have to work and I can just have residual income. Like, definitely want to get into the real estate and just start buying property. So I'm just working on my credit, trying to get it up. Everything you do on your credit is like a freaking inquiry, and it's so annoying. So I'm trying to get it, you know, up there so that the banks don't look at me like I'm crazy. You know, just starting what I have to do for that so that I don't have to work eventually.
I feel like a lot of the dancers these days, they make a lot of money.
They used to make more money before.
But they're making a lot of money now, and I feel like they should be, or could be rather, investing a lot smarter. Do you know any dancers or bartenders that own properties, that own stock, that do stuff with their money?
Yeah.
But it's not a lot, right?
It's not a lot. Not that I know of, at least. And honestly, they're not from Jersey. They're people that I follow online. They're people from down south, and they're making crazy money like every night. Like, I can only imagine it. I would never tell a girl from down south what I make, because I feel like I would be laughed at. Like, bitch, that's fucking chump change. Like, that's a slow night. And for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm always in my bag. I'm never in anybody else's bag. So it's like, as long as my kids are good, my bills are paid, and I got money saved up, then I'm never worried about the next bitch. But if someone from down south were to be like, oh, how much are we gonna? I'd be like, bitch, we ain't even gonna talk about that.
Have you ever been to a strip club down south?
No, I would love to go.
As a strip club visitor, I went to KOD, King of Diamonds, and the girl, she climbed up all the way to the top of the pole, and then hung upside down, facing the floor,
and then dropped,
and fell, and stopped herself about 6 inches from the floor. I almost caught a heart attack.
See, I could do that, but like standing up. I'm too scared to do that with my face about to hit the like.
Because you can fuck up.
Yeah,
players fuck
I've
up too.
seen it, but someone from a close club
in Jersey
fucked up and face all up in the floor. I was like, baby, damn, like,
how does she look like today?
I don't know. I you know. I'm gonna hope that she has money saved up and got that really fixed.
Because she's gonna need a lot of work done.
And a nose job is so serious. Oh my god. I can only imagine. I've only seen that one other time in my life, but with a diving board. So.
But in Miami, that's like regular.
Yeah.
All the girls, it's like a standard thing.
No, and that's another thing too. Like, up here in Jersey, like, I'm one of the best of the pole work, not for nothing. And I feel really confident in saying that because I've worked everywhere in Jersey, and I see very rarely girls do what I could do or better. You know what I mean? So it's like, but if I were to go down there, I feel like I would look like such an amateur. Like, they'd be like, oh, she's cute. She's little, she's cute. But I just would, I don't know how I would be as far as down there, because they're good. Like, they're real entertainers. Like, that's...
Now, out of all of your experiences in the club, I'm sure you've seen a lot of wild shit. I'm sure you've seen a lot of fights. I'm sure you've seen a lot of drugs being done. I'm sure you might have seen some pussy being sold. What's the craziest shit that you've witnessed that you can talk about in the club?
Well, more recently, the last weekend, I never seen this shit in my life. I was in the... So I'm good, you know, in a go-go bar, you go around on the inside of the bar to collect like $1 or $2, whatever, from each person in the inside of the bar. So there's these two like Guido-looking dudes, and one's like leaning on the bar like this, like more in my face, and the other dude is just sitting back. So I had taken an edible like 2 hours before that. So, because I remember when I entered the inside of the stage thinking like, wow, I'm really high right now. So I get to him, which is across, like, this is the entrance, so I'm here, right, on the opposite side. So the dude is like, you know, about to give me money. Like, usually they're like, wow, like, you're so pretty, like, you're so stupid. And so he's like,
the white guy voice again.
Yeah.
Please do that again. The white man voice.
He's like, wow, you're so pretty. They'll be like, wow, are you Latina? Yo, that shit kills me. That'd be so funny. But so anyways, wait. So, you know, I'm about to, like, you know, play along and be like, oh, yeah, like this. And all of a sudden, the dude that's sitting down, bruh, this bitch, a bitch, she goes like this, and boom, and just knocks the nigga right off the chair, like right off of the stool. Like he said, like a cartoon, like.
So she hit sticked him like football? Like she hit him?
Yo, she tackled that.
So you've been dancing for a while now, right?
Yeah.
How many years?
4 years.
Okay, going on 5?
I'm 5, yeah, next year.
So when you first got into the game, did you have like a mentor, any older dancer that put you under the wing or anything like that? Anybody that showed you the ropes?
Okay, so when I started shot girling, I got in because, you know, I needed money, obviously. And I asked somebody for money because I knew that she danced, and she was like, she don't got it. So I'm just like, great. So then I was complaining to actually her sister, who is, you know, like we all knew that the little one danced. I didn't know that she danced. And then she was like, yeah, that's how I got my boobs done. And I was just like, mind blown. Okay, you don't seem like the type, but okay, I get it. And then she was like, but I don't dance anymore. I do shots. So I was like, what's that? And she was like, okay, I'm going to have you come with me. And first she was like, send me a picture. She was like, they're going to hire you. You know, I already know you're pretty, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. Sent her a picture. She was like, you're going to come with me. Bring such and such money. Or I don't even think I had the money. I think I had to make the money and then give them the money. And yeah, like she just kind of told me, like, you know, you just be really nice, be you, because you're really cool. And when you're really pretty, like, people are going to like that. And, you know, she was like, I had just gotten out of massage therapy school. So she was like, you know, offer massages. You're going to make more money doing that than you are going to be selling these shots. So then, yeah. So she kind of showed me, I guess. And then it's so funny because my first day, like, everyone kept saying to me, oh, she's not going to come back. Oh, she's not going to come back. Because when I'm in an environment that I'm unfamiliar with, I'm very observant. So it's like I'm very quiet. I'm very, you know, I sit back. I'm very observant. So I was just kind of like, can I deal with this? And can I deal with this sober? Because I don't drink. You know what I mean? Like, can I put myself in that kind of a position and do it and be okay with myself? You know what I mean? So because it is a go, I had never been to a go-go bar or a strip bar or, like, you know. So once I saw it and I felt okay with it, and, you know, I came home with like $600. I was like, 2 weeks of work and $500, 1 night of work and $600. This is going to be an easy choice.
Operation Say No More.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Operation Say No More. So I tried to keep the day job, but I was also a day job and school, and I was going through a divorce. My son wasn't even 1 yet or 2 yet, you know, like, so that's hard. Like,
shit was crazy.
It was a little rough. And then so trying to deal with that, it was like too much. So I just ditched one thing.
Do you think that it was important for you to have that mentor or that person to put you under the wing coming in?
Yeah, at least just to bring me in. You know, I would have never found that myself. I would have never thought, you know, that I would have never thought that it's not as bad as everyone thinks. You know, I would have fell into that, oh no, it's a strip club, it's a stereotype type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, you would think the stereotypes of that environment. So that I would have definitely fell into that had I never gone to it or worked in it and, yeah, had someone bring me there. Absolutely.
If you had any advice to give to a newbie, somebody brand new coming into the game, what would you tell her?
I would tell you, have a goal in mind and stick to your goal, because money is so evil. Money is so fucking evil. You know, what is it, like the 5 evils?
The 7,
or is it
7
7?
deadly sins.
Yeah.
Greed is one of them.
And greed is one of them. And greed is one of them. It is. And it's like, you could really get sucked into this shit. I've seen people get sucked into it. And it's like, they come in one way with a light, and they're just here to make money and have fun, and they're young, you know what I mean? And then they have a fucking drug habit, and they're sucking dick for $50. So it's like...
Damn, $50 blowjobs? That's actually not that bad. I might be interested in that.
Yeah, sure.
If I don't gotta deal with you, take you to dinner, $50 might not be that bad.
Right. But it's like, but then, you know what I mean? You just you're horrible. You obviously have no kids. Like,
none whatsoever.
Right.
But
so,
then that is somebody's daughter that's out here sucking dick for $50.
Right.
That's terrible.
Like, and it's
I was
so...
joking about that. I was joking.
Let me clear that
up. But yeah, that's somebody's daughter, bro. That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, I've seen it. But then at the same time, I've seen people, you know, come in, do what they gotta do, and they took themselves to a different, you know, just outside of Jersey, and the money allowed them to do that, you know? So, you know, now they're out doing whatever, modeling, whatever it is. So.
Good for them.
Yeah. Or even the girls that get saved, and, you know, they get married, and but even that sometimes.
Little sidebar, and to start closing this off, do you still dabble in women?
Well, you know what? It's very easy to make money like that. Like, when I'm already really attracted to women. So, like, I'm thinking of one girl specifically. Like, I love to fuck with her. I love to fuck with her. And she's fucking bad. So, it's like she has a fat... She's the opposite of me physically. She's short like me. But, like, you know, she has a fatter ass. Tits are pretty much the same, but boobs are boobs. But, like, she's just... I feel like she's just as pretty and all of that. So, it's just, like... And, you know, when they're drunk, they're drinking, not me. So, I'm just being me. And they're just, like... They're drinking like, oh, this bitch is crazy. And I'm going to be like, ha, this bitch is crazy, yeah.
No.
Yeah, but, no, I haven't been with a girl.
In a while?
In a while.
Interesting. Okay, so... We'll end this on this note. If you can eat one celebrity pussy in the world, what celebrity pussy would that be?
Rihanna, because we talked about this already.
A lot of people want to eat Rihanna's pussy. So if Rihanna, if you're listening,
and then she
Slim,
got thicker.
She did get thick. Slim would like to eat your pussy. And that's the first episode of Tales from the Strip. Thank you, Slim, for coming through. Where can fans find you on Instagram?
On Instagram, Slim's Style. SLIMZ Style.
Follow her on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back Monday with a new episode for you guys.